okay. Played some Galio in the mid lane here. This game was just too good. It just demonstrates how freaking OP Galio is right now. Going against a Yone in the mid lane. Difficult to account for the skill of the player right now, but I mean, it really looked like Galio just smacked the crap out of this Yone, so. Okay. So notice not being too overeager to push the wave, just kind of letting him push in a little bit, and that way we can just stay safe in the early game. Missed a CS there, but that's okay. Important to dodge that because he gets a lot off of that combo if he lands it. Just kind of like Yasuo's tornado. No, I don't understand this roam here. I guess he was just going up to ward red. Happened across the Amumu. And then I was coming along. I had this ward here. I kind of went in, was going to try to get a Q on him or something like that. I saw Volibear come and I'm like, nah, we lose this for sure. Because I wasn't in position. Everything was on cooldown. So it's kind of unfortunate. It was a risky roam on the part of the Amumu. I'm not sure why he felt like he could do that. So just going to come and kind of thin the wave a bit. So far, the Darius is bullying the Wukong in the top lane. And just, yeah, if you land your E on Galio, it's just an insane combo. I mean, you have your W that does damage, your Q, your auto passive, and then Aftershock, boom. It all just lands. If you land your E, basically it sets you up for the rest of your combo, so it's nasty. He's similar to Yone in that sense, because Yone, if he lands that, he can basically swipe the crap out of you. This was a little bit of limit testing, to be honest. I was just kind of curious to see if I could. I didn't account for his shield at all. I don't know why he didn't kill me there either, so. And that was essential to dodge, otherwise he would have absolutely killed me. So this, I guess minion, like it was just bad luck with minion aggro for him, so I got a little lucky there in the early game with the solo kill. Okay, so definitely gonna back here, so that I can get back to lane at the same time as the Yone. Right? I suppose I opted to teleport. So Volibear comes in, does a roam. I mean, the Amumu is super low. Yeah, unfortunately, Amumu gave up the right to be aggressive in the early game. So Volibear was just insanely strong here. I'm really surprised. I guess the Darius wasn't diligent to land his Q properly there, and then didn't dodge any of his shots. But yeah, it was basically, if he would have just kept auto attacking while I landed my W and all of my crowd control, then we would have been in a little bit better shape here. But I was able to get my taunt on them and E away and basically just not die. So our bot lane's pretty even right now. They definitely have a health advantage. They can play aggressively, trading flashes. Yeah, and I felt bad going for that roam because I lost a bunch of tempo here in the mid lane, so I was a little frustrated about that at the time. This Wukong CS is just absolute garbage for how much he's been in lane and how little he'd done on the map. Okay. So my game plan coming back was basically just to try to play it cool, get my farm, look for good roams. I mean, obviously, when Galio's ult is up, there's no better way to come into a fight than a massive AOE knockup. So I see this going on down here, and yet I'm reluctant because I see the Misfortune's not moving. Right? She's not reacting to any of this, has no concept of like, oh, something might be going on. But then I noticed it's just the two of them, and I feel like they're low enough that Bard and I can clean it up if we have to. So I've gotten him low enough. I try to ping her, like, what are you doing, girl? Come on. So he follows the Bard, which is a huge mistake. Huge mistake. And yet, the Misfortune, completely out of position, can't punish for it. And walks right into Volibear's stun there. Or slow. Oh my gosh. By this point, I'm glad I haven't died or anything to any of this stuff, but it's frustrating to watch the team just not be in a position to not punish enemy mistakes for sure. So trying to keep tempo as best I can while doing these roams. I should have just opted, obviously, to Q the back lane there. Okay. Okay, so we're 5 and he's low. I remember getting the impression that I felt like I was going to get 6 before him for sure. So Mumu's pinging that he's going to come to the jungle from the other side of the map, so that's interesting. So Yone, whatever. And then I misclicked my W there. I was going to try to taunt him and keep him so I could just chunk him a little bit, but it didn't end up mattering. There's the volley. I suspect volley might be heading up soon, so I'm trying to play cautious and back a bit here. Just continually dodges. He's making it pretty easy to juke. He's really predictable. He just kind of comes straight at you. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm kind of wondering what Bard is doing there. I guess he was up a little bit, but I still just don't think that would have worked out too well from approaching in that way. He would have had to have a sweeper and cleared the vision, and Yone, maybe if we were in the midst of a trade, could have gotten a gank there. So yeah, I successfully do that this time, and I try to E him, but his E getting him back just kind of gets him away. So I'm a little frustrated because this Amumu is just like committed to feeding at this point, but what are you gonna do? This is the game. So I know that they're both there. And for some reason they waited. I mean, honestly, the Yone should have just gone in. If you knew that Galio, I just have my one combo basically that I can do, and then after that I can't really do much. So Galio wants to keep the trade short. He could have come in and initiated a trade, let me do my full combo, and then Volibear could have cleaned up. So just lots of mistakes on their part, which facilitated that. Bot lane's actually popping off pretty good. I land my taunt on him. And the Amumu, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here. He goes in with the aftershock. I mean, we both get ulted. To be honest, it did so little there. And like, yeah, the Yone is just trolling, I think, at this point. I mean, maybe he felt like he could kill the Amumu before going down, but yeah, that was completely unnecessary on his part. So I see some trouble brewing in the bot lane. I know they're ahead. I don't know why the Amumu would even consider following, but he does, and I think he contributes. So we're gonna watch for this ult here. So I'm waiting for the right moment. I'm telling them engage, engage. I'm hoping they will anyway. You want to wait until one of your allies is right there, like in the midst of them, before you actually do an engage. So yeah, we're able to clean that up good. Get both the Draven and the Blitzcrank. So good roam. Mumu's now, I'm sorry, Yone's just now getting out of base. Yeah, the Darius is just kind of bullying this Wukong. No one's doing too much, but the Darius is getting a lot of CS, or getting a big CS lead, which is obviously tremendously helpful. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure what I was thinking with this base. I must have teleport. Right. Ah, that's right. Get my full combo on him. Wait, to save the E to last, and then he tries to E away as if... It's just so funny. It's just the mark of an inexperienced Yone player, because, I mean, they really ought to know that their E can't do anything. So, I'm thinking if he gets to his teammates, I can't do anything. So I just go ahead and flash for the kill here. Just so he can't apply the additional pressure up here. And I think, oh, I've got to go get this Swift Herald off. So I'm kind of considering the Wukong probably doesn't have crazy damage right now, so if I need to, I can fight him. Eager to get back to lane and maintain some tempo. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Misfortune holding together pretty well, CSing well. I guess well enough. Contesting the dragon. I'm there, but I don't have ult. Or I'm going to be headed there, but I don't have ult. Yeah. That was just a bad fight on their part, because the jungler was already on it and the bot lane decided to rotate up. So I figured to myself, even if everybody comes at this point, like, we're probably fine. So I could have probably chosen my targets better there, but I know they've got him, and so I come around here just in case I can zone anybody else off. Go ahead and steal that kill, because I'm an entitled gargoyle. Okay, I've got my mind on the CS big time. I'm definitely not happy with the amount that I've been able to do this game, but you know. So no, Yone must be headed back to lane. I figure maybe I can check out some plates here in the last few minutes of the plating. Galio's passive actually does great damage to towers. Like, Q chunks him big time. So I'm feeling very, very safe in lane, having the 2-level lead, the CS lead, kill lead at this point as well. I feel like if I could just chunk him down, I can probably just get the solo kill again if I need to. Okay. So the MF giving stuff away a little bit.
Turret plating will soon fall. Shut down.
Okay. He lands this, yeah, but I don't know if he knows how to use his E or if he's just too scared of my damage or something, but he could be doing a lot more with his trades. He could just do his, he could have just done his full combo there probably. I'm not sure there'd be a whole lot I could have done. I probably could have W'd him and stuff, but I think he would have fared okay. Nah, probably not. Let's be real. Meanwhile, Darius has his Triforce. It's really interesting. I guess the volley there probably doesn't feel like I'm a viable ganking option just because of my escape. Yeah, and I just used the Q to zone him off there so he doesn't get a bunch of counter trading done, or he can't answer back too much without taking some damage. So I see my ward go. I know that I saw the Draven rotating up, so I'm kind of playing it back here. You know, at this point I've got 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. I see that going on there. I wanted to ult, but I just decided, we'll probably get this anyway, to be honest. So there we go. Probably didn't even need to rotate up for that, to be honest. I probably just could have kept pushing. That might have been the better play. But I didn't know where Wukong was, so I didn't know if he'd be showing up. So it was probably good to just be there as insurance. And these two, not sure what their deal is. Just absolute silliness. The MF flashes for it. It's funny. I could have eventually caught him with my E and Q, but you know, it's fine if you want to blow your flash. That's cool too. Just one way to play it. Oh, so let's see. At this point, I think I'm sitting on a hefty amount of gold. So I go back, I upgrade the Dark Seal.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So turret's gone. They're backing off. I think at this point I do have ult again. Mumu's just again with these gutsy like invades that he just wants to do. I decided to ult for that, knowing that people are going to be kind of headed there and that we can probably clean up really, really well. So my Q hits multiple targets. It's probably the closest I come to dying in this game. So the Bard ult is actually perfect, excellent, and luckily I have flash here and I didn't blow it before on the Blitzcrank like MF did. So it might have saved her life here if she would have had her flash. So I don't know why he didn't auto attack more. He should have just kind of tried to commit an auto attack. And then this is good. So I don't stay here or move on. I would waited for my cooldowns to come back up so I could get away with my full combo. And then thus I was able to kill the Wukong. At this point, I mean, I've got a fully stacked Medjai's. This is nasty stuff. So I'm gonna back at this point. Get my next item. I believe I go for a Zhonya's here, just for the utility in team fights if I need it.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm always going for the dragon, but we know that. I don't have my ult. I'm not sure why they shy away. If yeah, no one moved quickly enough. Darius is too strong. Darius is not very good. So yeah, definitely wanted this volleyball for sure. There's no reason not to get that kill. So what's great about the new Galio stuff is the Hextech Proto Belt actually gives you movement speed after you do it. So I knew that Yone was the only threat, so I'm like, I'm going to pick up some farm here. So when you do the Proto Belt, obviously you get 75% movement speed towards an enemy. So obviously with Galio, that's freaking amazing because you Proto Belt in, you start your W, and you have all this movement speed, whereas usually you're slowed by 15%. But the Proto Belt obviously to get allows you to get in the midst of the fight, get some of those really team fight winning W's. Taunts on everybody.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
They pretty readily give up here. Well, boom, and they decide to commit even after seeing that, which is obviously a huge mistake. So her ult, which apparently lasts forever, just mopped up there with the crowd control.
Blue team triple kill.
I think we even get another Shelly charge here.
Has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I think I needed a little bit more to complete my Zhonya's, so I figured I'd stay and just get a little more farm. But everybody's coming back up, so I'm like, we gotta get out of here. Darius and her overstay. I mean, they do get an inhibitor for it, but they do both die here. It's not ideal. I just think for just a moment about going, but I know I can't do anything for. Galio's not a 1v9 champion. I mean, he's not an Aurelia or a Yi, or a Yasuo that can just dash around in the middle of the team and mess with everybody. He's a if I'm in the fight, we probably win kind of champion, but he's not a 1v9er. His team fighting is definitely his strength and engaging for sure. He can even show up a little late with his ult. So stat-wise, we're great. We're sitting pretty at 320 AP. Got a lot of utility in our kit. We got a good amount of magic pen and damage with our full combo. And we have our auto attack turret, Misfortune. So, I mean, I don't feel like they're a huge threat. I get some vision right here. And I just go ahead and take this camp, because I can. Drop a little vision here. I mean, at this point, we have basically complete control of this game. We'd have to just absolutely throw super hard. So again, I mean, without a significant amount of like knowledge of where everybody is, that fight a second ago was not. I don't think it was a very safe bet. So like we saw the two of them. We know Wukong's on the map. We know Draven's coming. I know Mumu's not interested. Bard couldn't get there quickly enough. Just wasn't the right time to take a fight, and there's no pressure on us to do so. I was posing the Baron question to my team, but then my vision here, I start to catch them headed up top here, and I'm thinking, maybe we can do something. Mumu makes an interesting move here. At some point, he manages to get around, cause some trouble. Alright, we know we got minions in their base. Yeah, I knew that they had vision there. Darius gets popped. But MF takes full advantage, and that's good. That freaking ultimate, my gosh. So, Bard with the gutsy engage here. And the Amumu, despite his best efforts, does somehow keep from dying. That all didn't hurt.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Okay. I mean, with the triple inhib here, we're able to close it out. But you can just see how a lot of mistakes on the part of the enemy, a lot of good roams, a fair amount of smart decisions just went into just keeping control, staying safe, not taking any unnecessary fights. If I had to describe this game in one word, it's restraint. At least on the part of who I played, the Galio. Knowing when to fight, when not to fight, you know, when to ult in. And I even made a mistake early on, but I was just able to not be punished by escaping. Knowing what fights you want, what fights you don't want. That's the art of the game here. They go ahead and vote to surrender. GG's. Okay guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. I stream usually Sunday through Wednesday from about 4 o'clock into the evening, depending on how things go. And have a nice day.